Going solo means you can highly expect a 20 to 30 minute game. And even if the meta heroes do perform good in the early, you might see a different scenario in the solo ranked games. And in this video, I want to talk about those heroes. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will give you some analytics on the late game heroes which are highly effective for the solo ranked games. As you guys know, this video has redeem codes and I want to congratulate the winners of our previous video. Thank you for participating. And similarly, this video will have hidden codes too. Find it from the video and redeem it at Kazukiofficialstore.com and your diamonds will be delivered instantly. We have Carry on the gold lane as she is quite deadly right now. And I have also mentioned about her earlier, and she is still effective in being deadly on the early and the late game as well. Late game Moscow is a 100% threat. You surely don't need much of an explanation about it, as Moscow will make you feel his power with that machine gun like basic attacks. And after that we have Leslie. Yes, she might not be that strong in the early, but in the late game you will not be able to tolerate the crit true damage. If you are a squad player, you might not be able to relate with me that much. But people who have faced against her knows what I'm talking about. After that I want to take Clint into the list because of the performance. This does depend on the build too, but as you go more into the late game, his passive sure hurts a lot as he gains his levels. Next we have Mia, and another deadly hero on the gold lane. And you might want to be careful on how you want to deal with her. It might even sound like I'm bluffing, but in one-on-one, she can even take care of Moscow. We even have Melissa on the list because she is one of the hard hitters. She needs her item to become stronger, so late games gives her an advantage. Moving to the experience lane, I want to mention about Kaja. He is already effective with the suppress ultimate, but with the added passive of paralyzing enemies and the first ability regen, his sustain is just on another level. He can be played both as a roamer and experienced laner, so play him accordingly. Another sustain hero on my list will be Alice. Mostly due to her passive, you need to get to higher levels to get an effective game out of her. Meaning late game is Alice's sweet spot. Since not many uses her, so it might be difficult for you to understand, but once you practice her, you will know how to pick and squeeze her into every ranked matches. Joy will also be on the list as she is very slippery to catch to. With her CC immune skills, she can easily go in and out for ganks. Plus you get sustained with her ultimate. Many of you already kept her in the banned list before, so I guess you all know how threatening she is. After that, I want to put Freya into this list. With the recent changes in the hero picks and selection, Freya has been gaining quite some popularity in the solo ranked game. And people have been winning a lot too. If you're using her on your ranks, then do comment a review about her gameplay to help other players. And similarly, we have Argus too. His 4-second immortal ultimate is just enough for that one hard hitting gank in the late game to secure the victory. His win rate is going up due to his usefulness, so I would suggest you to try him out too. And I didn't mention Aldous, even though he is powerful in the late, but I feel like everyone know how to counter him nowadays. If you want to pick him, he will surely be a strong pick in the late game, but because of his decreasing win rate, I have decided to mention about him in the last. I also want to mention Julian. Some might agree and some might not. But he is one of my favorite right now because of his immune second skill and the knock-up ultimate. He sure needs the basic attacks to finish off the enemies, but it sure works as he has some of the most versatile skill set. We do have Yin on this list too. He is very effective with his ultimate, and if you know how to mark your targets with Yin properly, he becomes a very strong fighter to face against. If you are looking for 100% safe and secure diamonds, Kazuki Official Store is here to fulfill your need. We are trusted by more than 100k Mlbb players from India, Philippines and Europe. Do visit our website and browse between various packs. Now let me move to the mid lane heroes. And first I want to start with Kadita. Being a mage, she can easily burst squishy heroes even in the late game. Even if the enemy decides to take immortality or Athena's shield, they will have to give up their item space for getting them. So we can directly conclude that she is a very effective late game hero. After that we have Eve. Even in the solo games, I feel like Eve can put pressure from a distance using her second skill. She is a very safe pick and becomes very annoying for the enemies to deal with her slow effects. I would say the tanky meta has made Lunox get her share of attention in being the late game hero. Her penetration passive brings down tank and fighters in matter of seconds, so you can think of her as an effective counter to heroes. Next I want to talk about Xavier. Xavier is an all-rounder. He deals enormous damage with his ultimate skill. Plus you get to stand afar from the enemies while dealing damage. Not to mention about the passive and the second skill effects that can be the most annoying immobilized CC of all. I don't think I need to explain why I put Farsa on this list. One hit of the ultimate can instantly make you recall to your base, or even worse, she might directly eliminate you. If any Farsa's mains are watching this video, please comment down some effective tip which only you know, so that newbies like me can get some help. After that, I will move to the jungle role, and we have Leo mode on the list. I have mentioned him specifically because of his ultimate. The way he can chase, dive and retreat using the ultimate is something that works in every part of the game. Next we have Dairoth. Mostly played as a jungler or an experienced laner, you will find him very effectively dealing damage even with tanky builds. He got penetrative second skill with sustainable passive, so I would suggest you to try him out. And similarly we have Barretts. As sustainable he is, you will be able to deal and tank lot of damage at the same time. Every second you move towards late game, the more impact of Barretts you will be facing. A skill will be necessary to sustain, so mind it before solo diving. After that we have Fredrin for the burst, sustain, damage and CC effects. If the situation comes, you will even be able to 1 vs 4 with your enemies. And the last jungler I want to mention is Saber. He is on this list because he is really easy to play and you can just one trick ultimate to every squishy heroes. Let me move to the roamers. And first of all I want to talk about Faramis. His ultimate and first ability can turn into game-changing mechanics. The extra seconds of the extra HP and immunity can let you turn the game and get to the victory. After that we have Lolita. Her ultimate and her second skill will always be the reason of threat. Second skill can protect and her ultimate can area CC stun, which can CC all the enemies inside it. After that we have Atlas for the same reason. You can never sit quiet without worrying about his ultimate. He is one of the highest banned heroes, so we all know that there should be reason for occupying that spot. Then we have Franco next. Yes, we fear the surprise, but the hook can be one of the most annoying ability of him. One hook in the late game and you can just say bye bye to winning chances. Also depend on the Franco users, but if luck favors, you know what might happen. Next I want to mention about Glue. He is being banned in the higher ranks, but if you are still in Legends, you should definitely use him. He just needs his first to keep dealing damage and sustain. One bonus hero will be Minsitar. He is on the list because of his ability to counter the meta heroes. And I am going to leave you guys with that. Do leave your comments and opinions down below. And here's a shout out from our previous video. Muhammad Ijat, Make Fear, Rovik Kal, Tamin Jammu and Extra YT. And that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.